Hi, Prabs here, blogger and vlogger over at absolutelyfabulous.com. I thought I would do another video following the one that I did last week actually, called Run Your Own Race. I thought I would do another video as part of the blog series called Candid Cuddles that I run with another blogger, Becky of cuddlefairy.com. I'm thinking that the way forward really is to film videos for that series rather than do what I've been doing up till now, which is writing a post. The previous one went down quite well, and I think it's quite a nice little format. And I'll tell you a little bit about the linky at the end, but in short, we link up inspiring memes, mantras, quotes, that kind of thing. Now, my contribution for this week is one that I actually spotted, in fact, in a blog post by, I think it was a blog post by Fee, actually, Beauty Baby and Me, who often links up to our series. And it's a fantastic mantra. Be careful about how you speak to yourself because you are listening. I thought that was absolutely amazing. I have to say, for me, that was one of those kind of light bulb, eye-opening moments when I read that on her site. And although I have been aware of the whole sort of thing of laws of attraction, you know, the kind of, to put it simplistically, if you think positively about a situation, the outcome may well be positive. Your thoughts can actually affect the outcome. If you choose to think really negatively about something, well, you might probably attract, you know, the negative outcome. That's a very, very simplistic explanation, which I'm not going to go into in the course of this video. But like I say, I'm no stranger to the sort of, you know, concept of laws of attraction and positive, negative thinking and what that can do. But despite being aware of that, one thing that I realised in reading that quote, one thing that I realised is that I do have a bit of a habit, to say the least, of referring to myself quite negatively. So what I mean by that is that, you know, just in my sort of everyday language, almost joking about, but I guess, you know, there's no smoke without fire, as they say, I'll say things like, oh, you know, I forgot to take the bins out, I'm such a twit, you know, or knowing me, I'll get the date of the school play wrong, or I don't know, yep, you know, managed to take my child to the wrong birthday party, you know, on the wrong date, or, you know, I'm such a muppet, you know, that kind of thing. Hope I'm being clear here. I'll often sort of say things like, oh my goodness, honestly, I'm so useless, I managed to do this, that and the other. So as you can see, you know, a pattern of quite negative reference to myself. I personally have a bit of a theory about this. I do think it's a bit of a cultural thing. I'm British, and although I'm not really keen on making sweeping generalisations, I do think that us Brits can have a bit of a habit of being quite self-deprecating. I think it is just a cultural thing. I think, you know, just all be in the name of humour. I think that does come into it. If you go back over decades of British, you know, TV comedy series, what have you, you will see, I think, that kind of a habit, as it were. So maybe that is part of it, just a cultural thing. I do know that I have friends from other parts of the world where they don't have the habit of doing this, and I honestly do think it has got something to do with cultural mentality, habits that we form due to our heritage, where we've grown up, that sort of thing. That being said, it's also a personality thing, and I realise it's something that I do, perhaps due to a lack of self-confidence, who knows, I don't know. It's something that I, you know, do tend to do. And I became very, very aware of it when I saw that quote. I was aware of it, I knew I did this, but I think once I saw this line, be careful about how you speak to yourself because you were listening, it really, really made me sit up and almost take note of my own behaviour, and it really drew attention to my own behaviour and this habit that I have. Now, I'm not going to sit here and preach to people and say, so be careful about how you speak to yourself, or refer to yourself, you know, even when you're talking to friends, or, you know, just muttering to yourself as you're pottering around the house doing jobs. You know, we do have this inner, I think, monologue or dialogue, I don't know what the phrase is, monologue, right? It's you talking to yourself. I do think we do this. I think we all have a habit of, you know, even if we don't realise we're doing it, you know, we do have this sort of inner conversation going on with ourselves. So I do think it's really important to actually be a bit careful about how we refer to ourselves and how we deal with ourselves in a situation where perhaps we've made a mistake, messed up. So I'm not going to, as I said, I'm not going to preach to people in the course of this video. I'm not a life coach. I'm not a mentor. Having said that, I do believe that we've all got something we can pass on. We've all got something that we can teach people. So with that in mind, that is my contribution for this week. So yeah, next time you're chatting to somebody and maybe, as I said, albeit in the name of humour, maybe just joking about and referring to yourself as a doofus or a donkey or a muppet or a twit or whatever it is that we say, as I said, sometimes jokingly, might be just worth just having a think about why you do it, if you do it. And I think it's really important to be aware of it, that's all. I think perhaps, you know, if we do just occasionally change the way we refer to ourselves, I think we can change that inner monologue, and in turn, you know, when you change your thoughts, it's a little bit like the Gandhi quote actually, which I'm not going to repeat right now because it's quite a long one, but when you do change your way of thinking, when you change your thoughts, that in turn can actually affect the words that come out of your mouth. And when you then change the words that are coming out of your mouth, that in turn actually has a positive impact on your behaviour and your treatment of others, and so on and so forth. And then, you know, the actual Gandhi quote goes on to discuss actions and all the rest of it. But I do think this quote, be careful how you talk to yourself, because you are listening, is a distilled form of that Gandhi quote actually. And I think it's really, really important in life to just be a little bit more mindful about how we speak about ourselves. And that is it for this week. I'm trying to keep it shorter than last week's. I think I just about managed. Do link up to Candid Cuddles if you're a blogger. We run every Monday to Wednesday, 7 p.m. GMT to 7 p.m. GMT on Wednesday. And in short, it is Candid Cuddles is a feel-good, inspiring linky where people come to quote, to link up rather, inspirational quotes, mantras, philosophies on life that inspire them, and you know, get their brain cells ticking. So I hope this quote this week has helped get your brain cells ticking and has inspired you in some way. Take care. Bye-bye.